Hello and welcome to your Biological Sciences course. I am Professor Febres, and the purpose of this navigation video is to help you find where all the material for the course is and to help you know how to submit assignments, how to complete the labs. I hope by now you have already watched the video about the introduction video, welcome video from me, which it tells you a little bit about my background and what makes me fit to teach this course. The next thing you should do is go to the course modules. That's where your material is. And this welcome homepage is going to be posted for the first week for students as they enter the course. They can actually watch the videos and they can watch and so that they can get the information. But after the first week, when you enter the course, you will be redirected to the modules so that you don't have to go over and click modules. But for now, go to modules. We'll go to modules just to show you what's in there and how everything works. The first module, and do remember your site looks a little bit different than mine. I have access to a lot of stuff, but the whole purpose of this is to show you important information. On the orientation module, there is information about the technology for this course. Just look at it. One of the most important posts is the last one, course schedule and detailed information. I am going to click on it. And that is the syllabus for this course, a detailed syllabus. You probably already seen the simple syllabus, which is a summary of this one. This syllabus has detailed information about everything for this course. If you have a question, you can always email me, but you can also come and find the answer to the question on this syllabus. One of the first thing is the book for this course, Biology, the Core, the 3rd edition. You will need the access code. The access code for this course is required. Everything is in there, and when I say everything, the activity or assignments and the labs. So remember, this is a biological sciences course with a lab component. So you need virtual labs, and those virtual labs are within the access code. So once you go over that, there is the information about attendance, and all it says, you guys need to let me know that you have read this syllabus by August 27th. Just shoot me an email letting me know this is my acknowledgement. I had read and reviewed the syllabus. The deadline for withdrawing from the course, and the withdrawing you have to do on your own. I cannot withdraw you, but if you feel that you're not doing well, you can withdraw yourself. Although if you follow instructions, this is an easy course, but the deadline is October 24th. And what I try to do is if I see that someone is not doing well at all, I will email that student and remind that student that he hasn't, or he or she has an option. Although, like I said, this is an easy course, and to be honest, in the last, I don't know how many years, I haven't had to do that for any of the students. So hopefully everyone will do great. More information about computer use, etc., etc. Another important part is how the grade for this course is going to be calculated. For exams, 33% of the grade. Classwork activities, those are the activities or assignments that build up your knowledge, and that's the reason why you need the access code. Discussion forums, one of the things I do on this online course, and I take pride for it, is the information, scientific or biological information you are going to be learning. we put it to practice immediately, and you are going to have the opportunity to post your knowledge so that you can share it with your classmates, and you can get to answer or comment on your classmates' post. So that there are 8 of those, and they're 13% of the course, and the instructions on how to complete those are on the discussion forum assignments themselves. And then there are the 12 labs. Once again, this is a class that has a lab component, and when I started teaching biology, never thought I would be doing virtual labs. And once you get to do these labs, you will see that they are as effective as if you were to be on a face-to-face lab setting. The only difference is that these virtual labs, they always work. In a face-to-face lab setting, sometimes the labs don't work, and we have to compensate for that. But these labs will always work, and they're very effective for what the knowledge that you need to get from them. And the last is an evolution final reflective assignment, and the instructions are on the assignment themselves. The schedule for when everything is due is in here, and you can see that it goes week by week, assignment by assignment. So the way this is organized, it tells you the week of November 2nd to November 8th. The weeks on this course, they start on Sundays, they end on Saturdays. So this is the material that you will be actually completing, or the assignments that you will be completing. And it tells you in here which chapters you have to go into your electronic book to be able to complete these materials. And then this is the column where it tells you which lab or virtual lab is assigned for that week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the modules and see how everything works in there. So the modules are organized by week. You see how it says week 1. It starts on August 18th, ends on August 23rd. So like I said, weeks they go from Sunday to Saturday. You have the whole week to complete everything that is posted on that particular module. This is an asynchronous course. That means that all the students complete the assignments at your convenience, but everything is due, and keep in mind everything is due Saturday, 11:59 p.m. So for this first welcome week, make sure you complete the discussion introduction forum. You're going to introduce yourself, and there's a few other questions you have to answer. Then the access code, you are going to register the access code to gain access to the Pearson platform. You just click in here and it'll take you through the registration process. If you do not have the access code, you have not purchased the access code, still go and click on the link. You will get a registration trial, or they will let you register for a 2-week trial time so that you do not fall behind. Within those 2 weeks, you'll be able to purchase the permanent registration course. But the fact that you don't have the access code should not prevent you from completing the assignments. So go ahead and click register, and then your first assignment is the Introduction to Mastering Bio assignments, which is just an activity to teach you how these assignments or activities work. It just gives you the examples of the types of questions and how to answer them, etc., etc. And then you had your first lab for this first week, scientific method. Labs can be time consuming. When you click on those links and it takes you to the first page of the lab, one of the things you're going to see is the amount of time the lab takes to complete. Keep in mind that whatever amount of time it says in there is still less than if you were to go on campus and do a 2 hours and 45 minutes lab. My suggestion is look at the time and then don't try to do the lab in one day. Just divide it. So if it's 60 minutes, then maybe do 20 minutes every day for 3 days. And if it's more, just divide the time accordingly. Or if you prefer to do it all at once, do it at once. Now that's estimated time because you may answer questions a little bit quicker and it'll take much less time than what it says in there. The one thing is it will not let you go to the next page. It will not let you skip anything. You need to answer all questions to go to the next one. One more thing about the labs. If you, at the end of the lab, you happen to end up with a low score, do keep in mind this is a course that is set up for you to learn. And even if you had to learn from your mistakes, that's a possibility. So once you finish the lab, if you have a low score, you can actually retry and do it a second time. It will give you 2 chances to complete each lab so that you guys get a good score. But most importantly, you guys learn the material. And then notice how in this week there is the discussion forum. Like I said, just click on it. You do an initial post based on knowledge you have learned so far up to that point. It's interacting, it's current knowledge, and you get to, it's current, it's a question that prompts for you to discuss current situations or situations that we live in an everyday life using the biological knowledge that we just got. So it's kind of interesting. So just click, do your initial post, and answer to post of 2 of your classmates. Make sure that's done. Everything is done by the due date, which remember, Saturdays, 11:59 p.m. One more thing, exams. The weeks where you guys have exams, there are no discussions forums so that you can concentrate in studying for the exam. Exams, so you can complete the exams any day within that 1 week period. But keep in mind, once you click open that test, there's a clock that it starts counting down, and so it gives you 90 minutes to answer 50 questions. So my suggestion to you is review all the material that is going to be on the exam. I always give you the information on the material that you need to know. For example, exam number 1, you need to review chapters 1 and 2. So do it like if you were taking a face-to-face test. The only difference between a face-to-face test and this is that if you forget something, you can take a quick look, but you will not be able to answer to look for the answers to the questions, to all 50 questions. You will run out of time. So once again, I recommend you study, and if there's 1 or 2 things you forget, you can always go real quick back to the book or the notes and find it, but do not try to find all answers to all 50 questions. Notice how these modules are organized. You have the presentation with the summary of the information or the knowledge you need to get. The book, when you click the activities, you have access to the book for more detailed information. And you will see this. This is not published right now because this, as every week, on Sundays, I go and I put information there to help you comprehend the material. I'll give you some guidance, some prompts, and you click that to start the module, and you know exactly what you will be learning and how you're going to learn it. So I complete those as we go every week. Well, that's all. I hope that this information has been helpful. I will be emailing you with more information during this work on week. Once again, welcome.